This is section 31 from Caesar's Day Bello Gallico, book 4, and Caesar's troops have gone into Britain, and they have tried to get reinforcements from the mainland, from the continent, and there was a disastrous storm that wrecked a bunch of their ships, and so now Caesar is basically and his troops are basically stranded in Britain without the provisions that they need. And the British know this, and so they're planning an attack. And previously, they had agreed in the aftermath of their battle, the Brits had agreed to hand over some hostages. They do that right away, but then they say, "Well, we'll get you the rest later when they can arrive." So here we start in 31. But Caesar, although he had not yet, so known doom, not yet learned, cogno erat, or found out about the plans of them, their plans, the Brits' plans. Nevertheless, both from the outcome or the misfortune or maybe the demise or the fate of Nawim Suarm, of his ships, so nevertheless, both from the demise or the fate of his ships and from the fact that they had stopped giving hostages, they had ceased to give hostages, he suspected that id fore, that it would happen, which actually happened. So we have the head verb here. This is the twisted object. This is the infinitive here. So he suspected id futurum esse. And then this is the predicate of futurum esse. So this is a little tough. So let's do that again. So he suspected that it would occur, which actually is happening. He suspected that which would happen is actually what is actually happening. And so, for all misfortunes, for all outcomes, he was preparing help. For both, he was bringing grain, confere bating frumentum, grain from the fields every day into the camp, and those ships which had been very heavily or very seriously damaged or, damaged, he was using their materia and aera, so their material, their wood, their timber, and their copper for repairing the rest of the ships. So remember, utor takes the ablative, and materia and aera are both ablative there. So he was using their material and their aera, their timber and their bronze, for repairing the rest of the ships. And the things which were of a use, so that's the second time in 2 sections I think we've seen that, for this situation, he was ordering to be brought, to be carried over from the continent, from the mainland. And so, with greatest eagerness, it was being administered by the soldiers. It was being managed by the soldiers. And duodecim navibus amicis, so with 12 ships lost, or maybe we could even say although 12 ships were lost, or with 12 ships lost, he made it happen. He brought it about for the rest of the ships that it could be suitably enough, and really the idiom here is very easily sailed. So because of the soldiers taking care of their business under Caesar's leadership, of course, despite the fact that he lost those 12 ships, he turned a negative into a positive. He used the timber and everything from those wrecked ships in order to make the rest suitable enough or very easy, um, um, very very easy to be sailed.